Welcome to Mediumship Sparks, where we connect more deeply with spirit and source and follow the sparks of insight and inspiration that bring us greater awareness, healing, and just more flow into our lives. I'm Noelle Dean, intuitive medium, licensed therapist, and your host. A quick note before we begin: this podcast is for educational purposes only and provides general information. It is not medical or psychological advice and is not a substitute for care from a licensed health professional. I'm so grateful we get to step into this. Welcome to Mediumship Sparks. I'm Noelle Dean, your host, and I'm really glad you're here. I was really debating about what to talk about today, and I have something a bit unusual to talk about, and you might have mixed feelings about it. And if you want to express those feelings, feel free to reach out to me, connecting with Noelle. That's NOELLE at gmail.com. First, my disclaimer. The information presented on the podcast is educational in nature and is provided only as general information and is not medical or psychological advice, nor is it a substitute for seeking licensed healthcare services. So this is what I want to sort of admit and talk about. Whether you're discovering your gifts, doing practice readings, or professionally doing readings for a while now, I'm noticing a little bit of a trend starting in some of my readings, not all of them, that I wanted to share about. And I'm having kind of mixed feelings about it in some ways, because of course, when somebody is paying you for your time to provide a service, you want to provide the service they're paying you for. You want them to be satisfied and happy with what you do. But here's the interesting thing that's come up. And this has happened before, but I'm noticing it a bit more intensely lately. So the loved one or loved ones that I'm connecting with for my clients are encouraging the clients that I'm thinking of to, I don't want to say it this way, but this is how the phrase just came to me, pull their head out of their ass. But it's meant with love, of course, but to stop looking around for answers that I feel like it's going to come across kind of harshly, and that's not how it feels in the readings, actually. Let me describe how it's been unfolding. So a loved one, like a grandmother, great aunt, somebody who there was a real connection and affinity for each other when the other person was still walking on earth. And this person comes through with a lot of love, and I can feel it. Chokes me up a lot, connecting with how they feel about the client. But basically, they're encouraging the client to connect for themselves about the situation that they are confused about or have questions about, and not really to ask me the questions or ask through me and get answers through me, the questions they want to ask about, let's say, a relationship or a job or a lifestyle change. They want them to go inward more. And that's a weird position to be in as the medium, I find. Now, you might not. You might be like, okay, thanks, Granny. We're going to ask somebody else because you have questions about X, and I want to give you the answers. And maybe that's way more professional than what I am doing. And kudos to you for doing it that way. I am finding that I am not feeling stumped by like the aunt or the grandma, but it's a weird position. This just happened last night. Impromptu session, a little bit all over the place. We covered a lot of ground is what I really mean when I say it that way. But how it came across was probably a bit more chaotic than one might think a reading would normally be. It was longer, and it covered a lot of ground. There was probably more processing than usually happens. But that also felt important, or I wouldn't have done it. I shared some personal references to things the person was bringing up because I was shown visuals of those situations and asked, am I supposed to share this, and got a yes. So I follow that. I mean, I am checking throughout every reading. Am I doing this right? Am I on the right track? And getting a yes or a no and following that. It's been interesting to have been doing readings for several years now, and the clues that I get are increasingly more subtle, which is kind of cool in a way. Now it's just like this sort of very, very, very gentle breeze that comes through that gives me a clue to go down this road now, or I think I'm supposed to turn left over here, kind of thing. And I love that. I was reminded, as you know, this person I was talking to was finding it hard to believe that I was getting downloaded information because I was talking so quickly, like I was responding very quickly. Not that I spoke fast, but I had to assure them, oh, yeah, like I am getting this information and I am pretty fast with it. I watched a video of myself from several years ago and I wasn't at all. I had to take a deep breath in between everything and really calm myself down because I would get very excited that I got anything at all. And yeah, I have learned to have a real flow. It comes through the way I'm talking like right now, pretty much, not always. Sometimes I'm distracted or off track and then I have to go back. But otherwise, yeah, it comes through as long as the client isn't talking too much and now I'm trying to listen and I can't really hear the person in spirit. That's harder. But it's just interesting, the idea of having readings go through me, and the point of it from the perspective of the people on the other side is that it's meant to help you grow, not give you advice. And when I think of a reading, like an intuitive reading, normally I think it's for advice. I'm not sure what to do here, so I'm asking. Or I'm feeling befuddled by these situations and I'm looking for some clarity, maybe not answers, but clarity. And I love those kinds of readings. I really do. A lot of good stuff can come through from a lot of people, from the client's higher self, loved ones in spirit, guides all over the place. It's really neat. It's always interesting. And I love that it's always a little bit diversified. But I've just been sitting with, you know, and I have one person in mind in particular that I'm not really sure how that went for them. And I was so like wrapped up in connecting with the person on the other side. I think I had my eyes closed a lot and I just kind of let it roll. And it might have been nicer for the client for me to have been checking in with how they feel. The thing that I appreciated was at the end of our session, the client's energy seemed quite different when we went over the check-in process, like using yourself as a pendulum and starting to get answers. They could actually feel quite quickly in their body what the answer was, which was really cool. And I think they were excited about that part. Some of it is the person in spirit reminding the client, like, hey, you are way more connected and intuitive than you're even like letting yourself think these days. And that part of you is getting away. Like, you're not helping yourself in the way that you really can and that you would feel really good about as the reader. But I'm just kind of sitting in the dilemma of that. Maybe I need to ask next time, hey, I think this might go this way. Is that okay with you? Or even let people know at the onset, like, hey, this is how it could go. And if this is your grandmother telling you she's not giving you the answers, but she's going to give you a lot of context to help you understand how to lead yourself into this direction that you're looking to go into. And she's going to encourage you and even show you how to get the answers for yourself. Is that okay with you? I think some people would love that and chomp on that opportunity. That's how it's coming to me now. I mean, I think I would if my grandmother was like, I have a skill to teach you and I'm not feeding you. I'm going to teach you how to feed yourself. I might be really excited at that prospect, but it's not for everybody. Are you noticing other directions that things are moving slightly differently, that it really is actually a marked difference? I would love to hear about that. And let me know what you think about this. I'm not saying right or wrong what I'm doing, what anybody else is doing. I'm just noticing, and I thought I should share. It seems like we can all do very different things with the gifts. It's different for all of us. I'm a licensed therapist. I'm somebody who likes to kind of sit and analyze things at times. I guess it makes sense that this kind of thing comes through me, whereas maybe somebody else wouldn't even occur to them. And this is how I feel like my mediumship is unfolding. And maybe it's to also maintain my own attention as well as my particular take on providing that bridge of connection and communication. I guess it's what these clients need in that moment, because I'm not trying to do that. It's not in my head that I have to do readings a very particular way. I'm really just trying to tune in and very much asking for the intention of doing what is for the highest good of all, as I'm sure you are too. What do you think? Let me know. That's it for today. I hope your holidays were good. I hope you got what you needed to start the new year the way you want to. I'm kicking my own butt over here, really working to stay conscious about how I'm living my days. And it's feeling good to do that. I hope whatever it is that you're looking to create for this year, that you're loving and supporting yourself as best you can. If there's any way I can support you with what you're looking to create for yourself or in connecting with your own intuition or mediumship skills, please let me know. I would really love to do that. It's so helpful and important when it's your thing. And if it's your thing, then I'd love to help you with my thing to get your thing off the ground the way you'd like to. Until next time, take good care. Thanks for spending this time with me on Mediumship Sparks. If this episode resonated with you, please like it, subscribe, rate, and certainly share it with somebody else who could benefit. If you're interested in any support I might be able to provide as you navigate your spiritual path, please feel free to check out my offerings at connectingwithnoel.com and reach out at mediumshipsparkspodcast@gmail.com. Take good care of yourself, and I'll look forward to being with you again soon.